Hello, this is MathLove4 here, and welcome to another video. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a video talking about one of the episodes of Game of Thrones. I can't remember which one, I think it was 3 or 4, in which I said that Tyrion was not a Targaryen. I said that he was a Lannister, and he was always a Lannister, and I didn't believe the popular fan theory. Now, in the comments, a guy said to me that it was stupid, and that I was wrong, and I was an idiot for saying so. And he stopped watching the minute I said that. And I didn't want to get into an argument then in the comments section with this guy, because I believe that he isn't, as I said in the video. But there are a lot of factors for and against why he is and why he isn't. Now, I'm going to go into those today. I'm going to talk about why I think he isn't, but also why people might think he is. So basically what it's going to be is I'm going to go through the reasons why he is a Targaryen, and then I'm going to sort of say why that doesn't, how you can sort of counter that with actual stuff from the books and the TV shows, and how I put my swing on these sort of events. Okay, so I'm firstly going to detail the actual theory, why people think that this might be. Now, people believe that Aerys Targaryen raped Tyrion's mother, and people believe this because Aerys makes an offhand comment about how he wishes the rule where the king got first try with the new bride was still a thing, because obviously Tyrion's mother was a very lovely woman. I don't actually know her name, but you know, I'm still going to go with it. Okay, and people take this as reasoning for the fact that he might have raped her and produced Tyrion. In fact, now, why people think this? First reason, Tyrion's iron hair colour doesn't match Tywin or Jaime and Cersei's. Now, Jaime and Cersei have golden hair with bright green eyes, and so does Tywin. However, Tyrion, in the books anyway, has paler hair than both of them, and a mixture of, and his eyes are different colours. Now, people believe this to be to do with the fact that Tyrion is not the same as Jaime, Cersei and Tywin, because obviously he is not a Targaryen. That's what people believe. However, my take on the fact is that Tyrion is just, you know, he's different, and his mutation, his dwarfism, sort of also affects his other traits as well, which makes him look a bit weird. That's why he is the way he is, and the fact that he is a dwarf also changed the sort of some other stuff in his body, like his hair and his eye colour. People also say, and it's to show, it's used in the books to make him ugly and to make him more of a monster than he already was, and it's to show that the public hate him, even though he is such a good guy, and the people still don't like him just because he's not like them. He's different. Like, yes, the dwarfism is one part of it, he's supposed to be a monster, a hideous monster. And Peter Dinklage, no, this isn't offensive at all. Peter Dinklage is quite a good-looking fellow. He's quite good-looking, so the fact that in the show, if Tyrion was a Targaryen, it would have to be an important part of the show. And the fact that this hair colour and eye colour thing isn't in the show, yet it's not in the show for money reasons, because it would cost a lot of money to use different eye colours every single episode, and 2, because I don't believe it's real. If it was going to have a big impact on the story in the books, then perhaps it would be in the TV show, but it isn't, and that's one of the main things that knocks quite a lot of theories out of the park. Yes, some things aren't included, but if they're going to have a big effect, which Tyrion being a Targaryen would definitely have a massive effect, it's going to be in the TV show. So if it's not happening in the TV show, then, you know, it's not going to happen, is it? Okay, so another reason as to why is that Tyrion was obsessed with dragons as a child, but everyone was obsessed with dragons. I loved Thomas the Tank Engine when I was a kid. I liked dinosaurs when I was a kid. That doesn't make me a train or a dinosaur, does it? It doesn't make me a dinosaur just because I like something and I found it interesting. Tyrion just found this dragon, this beast, this mythical creature amazing, and he was just obsessed with its great power, as many kids these days are with like I said, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are the world's dragons, and people love dinosaurs. People get so encapsulated with them that doesn't make them a dinosaur. Now Tywin says that Tyrion isn't his son multiple times, but this is just to impact him, you know. He says, "You are not my son," many times, because Tyrion doesn't do what the other Lannisters do. He's different. He's different to the rest of them. He's not good looking, he's not a good fighter. He's not what Tywin wants in a son. So he doesn't want him to be his son. That's what Tywin is sort of saying to himself. He doesn't want him to be his son. And the fact that we see at the end of season 4 that Shae is with Tywin in bed, and the reason that Tywin hates Tyrion is yes, because Tyrion killed Tywin's wife, Joanna. I found out her name, who is one of the only people Tywin ever loved. And Tywin, and yes, Tyrion is a monster. Yes, he isn't what the Lannisters are supposed to be. But Tywin is like Tyrion. Tywin's good at tactics, so is Tyrion. Tywin is a good leader, and he's a good talker to people, and so is Tyrion. But Tywin also likes women, as you can see from Shae. He sees himself in Tyrion and doesn't want Tyrion to be that way, so that's why he hates him so. I believe personally, it's not because he's not his, because I don't think that would change his treatment of Tyrion at all. I mean, yes, there is one line that I do agree with. I cannot prove that you are mine. That line is a bit dodgy, to be honest. That is possibly one of the big reasons. I mean, another one is the fact that Tyrion survives contact with grayscale and Targaryens can be immune to disease or something. But it doesn't. I don't. That's not a very big problem. I think, I don't think that Tyrion is a Targaryen for the reasons that I've said during this video. I mean, there are very good reasons for him being a Targaryen, but it would make so much more sense in the book and within the character of Tyrion if he wasn't a Targaryen, if he was a Lannister, but he was just misunderstood. I mean, I think that's what we've got to take from this, really. Not the fact that he is a Targaryen because he's part of some prophesized prophecy to be the prince that was promised to be, the greatest of all people in the world, and that would make Tyrion king, and suddenly Tyrion's the king. Hey, everyone's happy, woo, but he's not, because Jon's the king, because he's a Targaryen, but no, he's not, because Daenerys is Targaryen. That's not how it should go down. There's good fan theories that I would love to see happen. Then you've also got to think that it doesn't really fit with the tone of the show. That was very loud. I'm fairly sure that. Well, sorry. That was very scary. But as I was saying, I don't think it fits with the tone of the show for Tyrion to be a Targaryen. Just because he's a Targaryen, everyone's a Targaryen. Ooh, Targaryens, Targaryens everywhere. And there's going to be another one as well. Thunderclap, I mean. So I'm just going to keep going while that's going on in the background. And that is part of the core elements of the show, that the good guys don't win. What I'm trying to say, this is getting very rambly, and I'm not doing very well at putting across my point. What I mean is that the show and the books aren't about all these things coming out. The fact that Tyrion's a Targaryen, this is this. All these secrets. The secrets are there to intrigue the readers, but they're not massive secrets all the time. They're a lot smaller. They're not as big as these are all hyped up to be. I'm annoyed. I'm happy that R plus L equals J is true, and it's in the show, or at least it's probably going to be. I'm kind of annoyed by it as well, though, because I think the character of Jon Snow is interesting not as a Targaryen, more as a Stark, and how misunderstood he is as a child, and how Ned Stark's honor is questioned, and how it doesn't make it, it's confusing. And the relationships in Game of Thrones are confusing, and they're deep and intricate, and it would be so easy to just dismiss Tywin's hatred of Tyrion just because he's a Targaryen, but there's so much more than that with Tyrion that Tywin dislikes, and it's himself in Tyrion that he doesn't like. And this video's going on for way too long, and I can't get out of this mad ramble that I'm going on. But I don't even care, you know, because let's be honest, how many people are going to watch this video? Like 5, maybe? If you're watching this video, type in the comments, I've watched the whole video. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, I guess, if you've watched it. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think he is a Targaryen? Do you think he's not? What about my points? Do you like him? Do you not? Please subscribe to the channel if you are new to get more Game of Thrones videos and some other videos that I do. It is really raining outside. Jesus Christ. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you next time.